It started with a casual invitation. Just a few friends, some wine, and laughter. My cousin Sarah said with that familiar sparkle in her eyes, she always knew how to make ordinary nights feel like something more, like a memory waiting to be made. I should have known better. The house was an old family estate tucked into the woods about 30 minutes from town. It once belonged to Sarah's grandmother, but now it was just one of those places people used for weekends and getaways. That night, the house was alive with music, flickering candles, and the kind of buzz that only comes when everyone is pretending they have nothing to hide. There were 8 of us, friends, acquaintances, people who went to school together or worked at the same law firm downtown. Everyone had a story, everyone had a mask. There was Sarah, of course, the hostess, with her carefully curated charm and glass of wine always half full. Then there was Jason, the guy who always brought the best playlists and worst decisions. His girlfriend Emily came too. She smiled a lot but blinked just a little too long every time someone mentioned Jason's past. Ryan, my ex from college, showed up uninvited, claiming Sarah told him it was okay. Maybe she had. Maybe she just wanted drama. He brought Amanda, a new girl, much younger than the rest of us, with a polite laugh and eyes that scanned the room like she was calculating every move. Then there were Claire and Ben, married, polished, and pretending everything was fine. You could see it in the way they stood close but never touched, in the way Claire's hand trembled when she thought no one was watching. I knew Claire from years back. We had worked together once, and I'd seen her cry in the office stairwell on more than one occasion. Whatever problems she had back then hadn't disappeared. They'd just grown quieter. It was supposed to be a night to relax, drink, catch up, be free. At least that's what I told myself as I stepped over the threshold into that dimly lit, memory-soaked house. The wine flowed like water, and the laughter echoed across the walls of that old house. At first, it felt real. Jokes landed, stories were told, memories were relived. Someone played an old jazz record, and people swayed like they were in a dream. The scent of aged wood and burning candles added to the illusion. But illusions don't last. Maybe it started when I noticed Sarah whispering to Jason in the corner. Her hand lingered on his arm. Emily wasn't watching. Or maybe she was. Maybe she was pretending not to. Later, I saw Ryan slip something into Amanda's drink. It could have been a vitamin, an innocent pill, or something worse. When I tried to say something, he gave me that look, the one he used to give when I dared question him in college. It shut me up for the moment, but I didn't stop watching. Claire left the room twice to take phone calls. Ben said it was work, but I saw the tears in her eyes when she came back. At one point, Sarah asked if we wanted to play a game, something light, something fun. It was called Truth or Dare Shadows Edition. Basically a more grown-up version of the old classic, but the truths were darker, and the dares, well, they weren't entirely harmless. Ben dared Jason to tell the truth about his first affair. Jason laughed, said something vague about college, and drank instead of answering. Everyone laughed too, but it didn't reach their eyes. Emily's hand tightened around her wine glass. Then Amanda was dared to kiss someone who wasn't her date. Ryan laughed and egged her on. She looked confused, slightly dazed. When she hesitated, Ryan said, "Come on, babe, it's just a game." She leaned over and kissed Ben. Claire turned away. The laughter started to sound forced, the wine a little too heavy, the air thick. It was all wine and laughter until someone screamed. It came from a hallway, a sharp, short sound that cut through the music and shattered the mood. Everyone froze. For a moment, the house held its breath. Sarah stood up quickly. "I'm sure it's nothing," she said, her voice too cheerful, but no one moved. I walked toward the hallway, my steps slow and deliberate. The lights were dimmer there, the shadows thicker. A door was slightly open. I pushed it with my fingertips, and there she was. Amanda. On the floor, her drink spilled beside her, a sharp-looking wineglass shattered into glittering shards. Her hand was stretched out like she'd been reaching for something. Her breathing was shallow, but she was alive. I turned to call for help, but the others were just standing there, watching me, silent. And I knew somehow that they had seen this before. Maybe not exactly this, but something like it. The paramedics came within 10 minutes. Amanda was conscious by then, confused, but stable. They said she might have mixed her medication with wine. Ryan denied everything. Claire claims she saw Amanda take something earlier alone. No one pressed further. We said our goodbyes like it was just another awkward party, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something deeper was buried in that house. Weeks passed, then months. Amanda moved away. Jason and Emily broke up. Ryan stopped showing up to events. Claire and Ben quietly filed for divorce. And Sarah hosted another party a few months later. I didn't go because they all said it was just wine and laughter. But I saw too much, and I'll never unsee it. I began having dreams about that night. I would wake up in a cold sweat, my mind replaying Amanda's pale face, the broken glass, the collective silence that followed. I tried journaling, talking to a therapist. It helped, but only a little. One day I received a message from Amanda. She wanted to meet. Said she remembered more than she had admitted that night. We met in a quiet cafe far from town. She looked different, stronger, but guarded. She told me she had blacked out that night, but before everything went dark, she remembered hearing someone call her name softly, like a whisper. She remembered seeing a hand reach for hers, but then nothing. She never trusted Ryan again. He moved states shortly after. She filed a report, but without evidence, nothing came of it. She thanked me for finding her, for staying with her until help arrived. And then she told me something that chilled me. That house, it wasn't the first time someone got hurt there. And it won't be the last. Sarah still throws her infamous gatherings. The photos go up online. Laughter, candles, line. The caption's always the same. Just another magical night. But I know better now. Magic can be a trick. Laughter can be a mask. And wine. Wine can hide more than bitterness. It can swallow whole truths and wash down secrets no one dares to speak. They said it was just wine and laughter, but I saw too much.